Hi, morning Flosstube. Welcome to my number 2 Flosstube. I made it. We had a great Christmas. We had family come, but unfortunately my daughter and her husband and my brother and his family couldn't make it because of the fires. The main highway between Sydney and the mountains was closed, and I just want to say that the fires have been horrendous here and quite depressing. I don't even like watching the news now. We live in dense bushland and we've been really lucky. The closest fire got to about 15k to us, but luckily the wind changed and it's now still burning about 30k's away. We had another fire break out just up the road, about 7k's, but we're so lucky. We have the Rural Fire Service, the volunteers. We have one 5k away in the village that we live in, and we also have one about 5-10k's the other way. So I know a lot of people that have lost their homes or have actually had to flee. So it has been quite personal. I think any Australian, it's quite raw and personal at the moment. So, you know, if you can donate, that's great to the Rural Fire Service, and I'll leave some links below. We had a good Chrissy. I think everyone was happy with what they got, so that's good. I picked up 2 of my kids from camp this morning. They've been down the road. Luckily, we have a horse riding camp about 1.5k from us called Chesley, which is really great. So the girls had a whole week of horse riding, drama, dance, all sorts of artsy stuff, which they really enjoyed, and they didn't want to come home this morning. Other than that, I've only had one at home. My number 4 daughter, she's 16. She's been off house sitting, so she came home 2 days ago, which is really nice. And that's about it, I think. We have no plans at the moment to go anywhere or do anything. We do own a cruiser that we have on the harbour, and it's home at the moment, being anti-fouled and a lot of not repairs, but more just my husband's been servicing and doing a lot of maintenance and everything. Earlier on my Instagram, you can see we used to always go down for the New Year fireworks, which is really good, but unfortunately we didn't make it this year. So all I've been doing is stitching. So what I want to show is some finishes that I have. First off, I'll show you some previous finishes that I didn't show because I didn't have them with me last week. I'll show you this one again because I really love this one. This is Fox's View by Plum Street Samplers, and I've also already kitted up, which I have here, almost ready to go, which is Tide Trio, which is the sloths. They're just gorgeous. I like that. This is another one that I did. When did I finish this one? Mid-November, I think. And this is just so gorgeous. As soon as I saw this pattern, I had to have it. It's called Spooky Tree by Barbara Anna. It's just, and the colours make it pop. I don't think the colours are really showing as bright, but look at his eyes. Just love it. So I'm not sure how I'm going to finish this off at the moment. We don't have a lot of stores like Joanne and Michael's here in Australia. We have Spotlight, and you really have to be lucky to find anything that can be used. Because I do like to finish off with either tin or some wood or something. I'm not sure. So we'll wait and see if I can find something. Here's another look because I just think they're so cute. Yeah, so I'm just not sure what I'm going to do with that one. And I finished this one while we were in Fiji this year. And this is called Bobbing for Apples. And this is With Thy Needle and Thread. I can't see. Oh, yeah, it's there. Yeah, so I really like that one too. So I've already got the material. I've got some orange and black check that I'd like to finish it off, but I'm still not sure if I'll do a pillow or actually put it on, what do you call that board, sticky board or something. So they're the ones that I had finished late last year. I have someone sitting at the table with me with their earphones in watching YouTube. So if you hear a little giggle, that's what it is. I joined up with Made by Michelle McGraw and Erica D House. They're now doing the Ornament Sale 2020, and I'll put the hashtag below. And I like the idea of doing one ornament a month, because last year I did start some and I didn't finish very many. But this is Ho 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 Holiday by Lizzie Kate. So I stitched that up just after Christmas. And yes, I have a pattern. There it is there. Yeah, so cute. I did change some of the floss. I don't think I think his was DMC for the reindeer, and I used Wood Trail Gentle Arts for that one, just because I like the variegated. Another one I finished was Christmas Cheer. And who was that? Country Cottage Needleworks. And I changed it to more a buffalo check. Now, let's see how that goes. So they're my two finishes since Christmas. Since New Year, actually. Oh no, I do have another one. I did, I thought I'd do the Cottage of the Months from Country Cottage Needlework, and I finished January. And I haven't got the pattern here, but I mixed July with January, because in the States it's now snowing, so this one had a snowman and snow, and in July they had the 4th of July, so they had American flag. So I made the little Aussie flag and the little bird bath from the July pattern, and from the January I did the house and the the tree. So again, I'll just wait till I can find something to finish that with. So they're all my finishes. So I did 3 finishes since January, so I'm happy about that. And I thought, oh well, might as well start February. Cottage of the Month. Now that pink is Pink Champagne on Classic Colourworks, and it looks quite dark. But actually when you stitch it up, it's quite light. So I'm not sure. I stopped because I wasn't sure if I really wanted something that light. So I'll wait and see on that one. Oops. Other than that, I've been working on, they're all the patterns. I've just been working on my sales. I have the Universal Monster Sale with Witchy Stitcher, and that's a haunted house. I don't think, there's the border. I'll just do it quickly because it is the pattern. But that's the border, and in each box is a Universal Monster. And I remember when colour first came in Australia in 1973, and they used to have Creature Feature. I think it was on a Friday or Saturday night, and you used to watch Frankenstein or Dracula and Mummy and things like that. And yes, I was very young then, but I was allowed to watch. So I really love this one, and I finished my Phantom of the Opera. I decided not to, I was one row out here and decided not to unpick it, and I just added another row to the curtain. So, and finished his face. I did this one down here, Bride of Frankenstein. So I completely finished her. And in the Mummy, I think I had the chandelier to do. So I've done that as well. I'm not going to do any back stitching as much because it's not something that I like to do. So I thought I'd wait till I was finished. So there's lots of details on this little vanity, little hearts, and the mummy, he's all got little bits on him. So I really like this sale. I started that in July last year, and of course they're all finished, but doesn't matter. There's still people stitching it. The other sale I'm doing is Cunning Stitch Letters from Hogwarts. And on that one, I showed that last time. I actually did two of the colours, two of the house colours, and did my wand. And that's all. I just, rather than rotate and have like Witchy Wednesday or Santa Sunday, my sales were getting a little bit behind. So I thought, oh, I'll just attack them, maybe 3 days each. And I think I only did this for 2 days. Yeah, I think I was waiting for a colour, I think. I had to get a colour. And that's on a Facebook group, and it's a free stitch along. The other Witchy stitch along that I have is the Chopping Mall, which is, again, a half. This time it's a shopping mall, and it's all the villains from all the movies like Chucky, Michael Myers from Friday the 13th, all of those. And if they actually owned a store, this is what it would be. So I actually started a bit here. That's a little bit of Michael Myers' store. He owns a costume shop. So I'll quickly show you because we don't really, I only print out the colour graph. That's quickly what it is. So what it is, Michael Myers, and he has some masks there that you can buy. And the Witchy Stitcher always gives you alternates. So there's a couple of other different masks that you can chop and change. And they're up to room 3. The last one was Freddy Krueger in a bedding store. So it's quite funny. Yeah. Oh, that's all I've been stitching. So, yeah, that's all I've been stitching. I do have some haul that I've received for the Frog Cottage shop. So I thought I'd show you some of those because one of them is some new adds to the Hometown Holiday series by Little House Needleworks. There's about, I think, 18 or 20, 20 actual little houses in that series. So I've got them ready to go. I just haven't started yet. But the new one that came out was the quilt shop. And that's really gorgeous. So maybe I might have to start that one this year sometime too. But I've already got some more of those on order because people have been buying that one. And this one just reminded me of my Pop. It's Pop's Filling Station. So it's a little gas station. Yeah. So they're quite cute. Another one I got was from Plum Street Samplers, Mary Brew. That's a new one out. So that'll be on the store. Got a couple of those. Home for the Holidays, also by Plum Street Samplers. Oh, one that I've had on order for a while and it's been out of stock is Lantern Lane. That was one of the first stitchalongs that Chelsea and Priscilla from the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch had. And you see so many people with it on Instagram, and I've always wanted to start stitching. Well, they're in stock this time. So there's that one. Put that on there. I always buy one for me, one for the store. Another one that's been out of stock for a while is this one with needle and thread. This is Bloom Where You Are Planted. And I just thought that would be lovely for spring. Even autumn, I suppose, just with the colours. What else have we got? We've got, this one was out of stock, so it's finally come in now. Too late for Christmas, but it doesn't matter. We can do that for next year. It's Holly Jolly Farm by Hands On Design. And this is Priscilla Blaine and Kathy Haberman. So Priscilla does all the drawings and Kathy puts them into a cross-stitch pattern. I usually like these ones, not so much for this, but for the little ones. I saw one of somebody had just done Santa in his sleigh with the reindeers just on a little pillow, and it looked really cute. So you could make lots of different ornaments out of these ones, just with all the different elements. Another one I found while I was doing an order was the Cricket collection, and this one's called Sophia's Scotties. Oh, I've only just realised they're dogs. But I like the idea of the snow globe. They're two little Scottish terriers. But I really like that. So that's in the store for next Christmas. Oh, on my thing for next Christmas anyway. I still haven't received our Christmas Quaker pattern. It was out of stock, so it's on its way now. But I've always been looking or admiring everybody's, we had a little giggle, everybody's around Halloween, all the Halloween Quaker patterns, and I really like this one. This is Halloween Quaker by Lila's Studio. We don't have Halloween, well, it's not real big in Australia, but this year we went down to one of the, sorry, I've had a cold, one of the towns, about an hour and a half drive. It's called Lithgow, New South Wales, and they close the whole street. Everybody goes in dress up for Halloween, so they have street stalls, rides, and every year I promise my kids, yes, we'll go, and something's always come up. Well, last year we actually went, so that was really good. So we'll be doing that again. We live on a rural property, so in the village is about 5 k's away where we live. The kids there, they do trick-or-treat, but being so far away, it's quite hard. I think the next property's about 5k, maybe a k the other way, so it's quite hard for those sort of things. Sometimes they go down to Sydney to my daughter's house, number 2 daughter, which is here. And actually, I didn't mention my older kids last Flosstube. I said I was a carer and I had a sibling group of 3, but I also have 4 of my own children. 3 are older and they're married and left home, and I have a 16-year-old girl, Maddie, who lives with us. So this is Taz. Her name's Taryn and her husband Scott, and they're expecting a bubby. She's 20 weeks, I think, this week. So she sent me an ultrasound of 2 little feet. It's so cute. And then on this side is my older daughter, Amanda, and that's Maddie in the photo when I think Maddie was 5, 2007. She was 4. So this is Amanda and Carl. They have 2 sons, Joshua and Lachlan, and they live in Perth, which is very sad, but I go over every year for a week, and I cancelled my plans this time because of the fires. We were a bit worried to leave the house. So, but I'll reschedule for the next holiday, so that's good. So this is number 1 daughter when we talk about it, number 1 son-in-law, and number 2 daughter and number 2. And these, my 2 son-in-laws, whenever they talk to me, they always say, hello, mummy-in-law, it's number 1 son here. So, yeah, that's quite cute. And I have a son, Caden. He's a chef, and he lives down in Sydney. And I think he's been on watch too. He lives in Currajong Heights, which is near the big Colo fires. So his fire plan, if he needs to evacuate, then he'll go to Taz's house. So, yeah, that's a little bit about my family. It's school holidays, so, you know, everyone's a bit laid back, relaxed. We swim every day. We have a pool. It's been so hot. Some days you just have to stay inside. We've been having 40 plus days, 40 degrees Celsius. Today is lovely. Looks like it's 21 degrees. So most of the kids are wearing jumpers today. So that's funny. But, I just thought, just hold on a sec. Back again. My husband's okay at presents. Sometimes he'll surprise you, but other times he usually says, what do you want? But this year my daughter got into his ear and I received, Stitching with the Housewives, my hoodie. So I was quite excited about that. And on the back, it's got their YouTube and the Fat Quarter Shop. I wasn't going to worry about, like when the hoodie come out, I got excited because I love hoodies. But being 40 plus days, I just thought, I'll get it next time. So that was a lovely surprise. But that's it for today. So I think I will do these maybe every 2 weeks because that's what I've done so far. But I find that that gives me time to try and do a little bit on everything. So I've got something to show you. But thank you for staying and subscribing and liking the video. Leave comments if you want. I've had some nice comments saying that it's good to see another Aussie cross-stitcher on Flosstube. But, yeah. So have a good 2 weeks and I'll see you soon. Bye.